Welcome to the show. Finally,
Thanks, man.
we get to do this.
Thanks, man. I'm a fan of the show, and yeah, it's really good to be here, man. I'm so excited.
It's so I was saying it before Lingo came in with a mic drop. You guys, I found out about Wazin and didn't realize that there was a band that existed like that, and just completely flipped out because I thought I was like a connoisseur of all things metal in the Middle East, and then I don't know how I found the band. Someone linked it to me, and I was like, who? First of all, who the fuck is singing, and how do I get them on our record? That was my first thought.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
But we start the show the same way every time. I say I gave you a botched intro before the intro. I tried to introduce you to the tribe, but some of them know you from the chat. Some of them know you from Discord. But just in case there's someone here that doesn't know you already, introduce yourself to the tribe.
Okay, so basically, my name is Abbas. I go with Abzy. I sing and scream in Wazin. I'm from Kuwait. I've been doing this since 2007. I've been in a couple of bands back in the days. Like, for example, my first band was called Black 13 Angels. You might heard of it, you might not. I actually, Adnan, you don't know that, but I actually joined a band based in Abu Dhabi back in 2013.
Okay.
Obsidian, have you heard of it?
Oh shit! Yes, I have. Of course. Yeah. That's crazy.
I sang for Obsidian for a while back in 2013. We did Battle of the Bands that time with Coat of Arms, Voice of the Souls, Kareem, and a couple of cool people. Oh,
those are some heavy names from back in the day.
yeah, dude. Back then the scene was amazing, and dude, the idea of traveling from Kuwait to Abu Dhabi and go to Dubai and play those gigs, it was like pretty much I was like feeling like I was living the dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's as close to as a tour as any of us from the Middle East have gotten.
It felt like I was touring and stuff. I had so much fun, and yeah, man, the experience it's just amazing. And later on, Wazin started on 2019, and Mohammed Ilyas, he asked me to join, and I was like, fuck yeah, man, I want to do that. And that's how I met Hamad and Mishal, and those guys are like, the whole guys are amazing, like the whole band members. They are insanely and like talented, and they inspire me a lot, man. They really do.
You said you started in 2013, so I started doing a little digging before every episode. I kind of like to do a little bit of background on the guest, and I found, dude, you've been like grinding since 2013. It's not like, I picked up the guitar in 2017.
2017.
Wait, when was the like Arabs Got Talent and stuff going on?
The Arabs Got Talent, it was on 2011.
Nice. That's even earlier, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So let's rewind. Because we're gonna have to talk about this, because there's a lot of different things. Whenever we talk from two people from the Middle East, there's two sides of the coin. But like Kuwait and the Gulf in general is not the same as like when we have musicians from Lebanon talking to us about how they got arrested and their head shaved. The Gulf, we had a little bit of a different experience, but
yeah.
I want to rewind and get to know how you even got into this music and how all the shit went down from the very beginning, because it's a unique journey from what I've seen so far.
Man, it's a fucking crazy journey, to be honest. Okay, so what got me into it? Like most me or just like any other kid in like there's a lot of kids that grows up in like a broken family, like separated parents and shit like that. So we grow up as in a angry at the world, and there's too much energy, and we just want to let it out. You know what I mean?
That's the the template. That's the template that we have.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I'm into music. I really want to do something. And like, I was looking at rap and hip hop, which is, like back in that time, like let's say 2002, 2003, Eminem was like popping up, and he's like the shit. You know what I mean? And so I got into rap. I really enjoyed doing that for a while. And I was like, still, no, this is not what I'm looking for. And then in high school, back in 2004, 2005, one of my high school mates, he introduced me to rock and metal, and I was like, holy shit, wow, this is what I want, this is what I like. And I started listening to like Slipknot, Mudvayne, what else? System of a Down and bands, crazy bands like that. And
what was the very first one? What was the one that we like to say tickled the right spots?
I would say People Equal Shit by Slipknot.
Man, you started with a fucking heavy banger.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, dude. I was like, wow. Yeah, people equal shit, man. People are shit, So that's when I realized like I like this a lot, and maybe I should try it out. And and then my first band happened just by meeting mutual friends, and we did put a band together. And yeah, dude, like the first gig we did, it was back in 2008 in Kuwait. There was like there's still a British School of Kuwait, and they had that Battle of the Bands happening, and that's how I met Karim from Voice of the Soul, by the way, when he used to live in Kuwait. So we did Battle of the Bands, me and my band, and we actually won the first place. And we were like, wait, are we this good? and we kept it going since then. So
was it, was the, I like to figure this out from early on, going back to those days. Was it the intention of like, I'm just listen, I like this shit, I'm just going to play music and see whatever happens? Or was it from back then like, dude, I think this is what I do now?
No, actually, what I felt was like, okay, I really like this and I want to do it. I didn't realize like this is what I'm good at until a very late age. Like I would say around 2016, 17. That's when I felt like, okay, actually, this is what I'm really good at, and this is my escape from reality. And like this is me. That's when I felt like it.
Yeah, it's there's this weird balance, man. We've talked to a lot of people on the podcast, and there's this weird balance of like escapism when it comes to music, which I relate to, but there's the other side of the people that we've talked to where it's like it just naturally happened.
Yep.
Like there's a bunch of people like Kevin Foley, for example, from Benighted, the drummer, where he was like, dude, it was just all around. Like he doesn't remember when he started because it just happened always in his life. His parents had, playing Black Sabbath and stuff, and it just kind of turned into it. And he was always a drummer. And then there's the people like you and I think it relates a little more to the Middle East, where it's like, hey man, that makes me feel good. That's the kind of feeling that I want right there.
Yes, dude.
But so even early bands and stuff, you guys were looking to be serious. Like it wasn't ever going to be like I was in a band that one summer and that was it.
Oh yeah, dude. Like remember back in the days when we had MySpace on, we had a page in there, and we actually had a record label, lots of record labels hitting us up, and they're like, yo, we like you, we want to sign you. But the thing is, it didn't happen because most of the band members, they were even younger than me. Back then I was like 17, 18. The rest were like 14, 13, and they were like doing high school and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why we never got the chance to, do it. But for me, dude, I like for how much I love doing this, I even left school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I was ready to leave the country and like go for it. But, you know, it was really hard to do it alone without the band and stuff and without my boys. You know how it is.
Yeah. There's a different element when it's a band.
Yeah.
But what was the first thing you picked up? Because you play piano or like keyboards, guitar, vocals. What was the first thing you narrowed down on?
I started as a singer, to be honest, and then a guitar, and then I picked up like other instruments. You know, just for the.
I could see a drum set behind you. There's there's no shortage of things.
yeah, dude. I like to jam a little bit, and you know, while recording, I like recording real drums. You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I had like when the band got separated and like the guys were like doing other stuff, this is the time when I was like, yeah, actually I'm gonna do this on my own. So if I'm gonna record, I need to learn everything by myself. So yeah, that's when I picked it up and I was like, yeah, let me do it.
That was exactly going to be my next question. There's I'm not as good as you on all the instruments, but there's this thing, jack of all trades, master of none, that I love to say, because people ask me about like the history of the bands I was in and stuff. I was a bassist, and then I was a drummer, and then I started screaming while playing bass because we couldn't find a guy that screams in a band, and I didn't care about the instrument that I played necessarily. I just wanted to make music and kind of loved that, like, producing I was going to say content. It's such a modern word, but like I liked creating things without necessarily being like I am the vocalist or I am the drummer or whatever. Do you still like when you introduce yourself? Do you still identify like I am a vocalist first that happens to play other stuff, or I'm just a fucking musician? I don't care what it is.
I'd say I'm a vocalist, you know, because like the other stuff, it's just for recording at home. But mainly I do vocals. Yeah, I don't even consider myself as a guitarist, to be honest.
You don't consider you play guitar?
I play. It's all right, you know. It's like it's not like, you know, crazy playing, but mostly I play just to record. You know, like the stuff that I can record. If I can't, I actually have someone else coming in recording for me. So yeah.
That's fucking cool, man.
So yeah, I'm a vocalist, you know.
Let's I'm gonna jump into the question queue. I see Iman Ahmed Music. Shout out to Iman Ahmed. How's it going?
What's up?
Asking a question, is Wazin planning on playing live shows worldwide at some point? Hi, by the way.
Oh, dude, definitely. We would love, like, I think each and everyone in the band is dying to play any gig together, you know, anywhere. So definitely one day, you know.
Yeah. Well, I want to dive a little bit into the idea of touring and playing shows and stuff, especially coming from the Middle East. But what was there any? Because a lot of the people here might not be from the Middle East, but they've heard all the stories. Was there any friction growing up, playing in bands, playing music in general, whether it was heavy or not? Was there anything that could have been considered speed bumps along your journey?
Dude, a lot. I mean, we live in the Middle East. You know how it is. Lots of shows got like last time when they had the same question going on, they like the similar stuff, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to these guys. They are amazing and they're killing it. I love the band. Same thing, man. Lots of shows got canceled. We got arrested a couple of times for, you know, playing loud music, and then for looking like a devil worshippers, which is shit like that, you know. But nothing serious. Like, to be honest, now looking back at it, we laugh at it because we lived the life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, not a lot of bands from around the world, even the scary Norwegian black metal with the paint.
Exactly.
Can say, yo, we got arrested and asked, like in Jordan, I remember they asked us if we kill cats. I was like, what? Why listening to Slayer equals killing cat? I have 2 cats. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
It's just very unique experiences, that's for sure.
dude, the rumors, the shit that people say and talk about, it's just madness, you know.
Oh shit, Aruni, what's going on? Lingo with 1,000 biddies out of nowhere. Lingo,
Lingo's killing it, yo.
Lingo, hey, what's going on, my friend? Thanks so much for the 1,000 biddies. Thanks, man. That is huge. Derpy, can we get a massive shout out for Lingo, please? This baller just dropped 10 gifted subs and 1,000 biddies right now. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Everybody, if you don't already follow Lingo, please go hit follow. He's a gangster. Amazing gaming streamer and a brethren. I've known this guy for like 20 years. I'm old. But appreciate you, Lingo. And another 500. Lingo, you're just being crazy now. You're just being crazy. You gotta stop. You gotta stop it right now. Stop it. But yeah, it's such a trip being wanting to pursue music, any form of alternative music from the Middle East. It always takes a second to explain to people, like, no, we're screaming about good, like you could scream about poetry. It's not because I'm angry necessarily. It could be lyrics about anything.
Like mostly those songs are about being heartbroken or, you know, mad or nothing. There's nothing, but yeah.
I remember a very long time ago. My dad was super, and still is, very confused when it comes to it. But back then he was super against anything to do with metal.
Oh, okay.
So what I did was I printed out the lyrics to her "Ghost in the Fog" by Cradle of Filth, and I made him read the lyrics without listening to the music first, and he's like, "Wallah, poetry."
Dude, brilliant. It is poetry. It is
brilliant. Wallah, hello.
Hey.
And then I made him listen to the song, and he was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Dude, from my side, like from my family side, when it was to what I'm doing, no one actually cared. No one was like, "No, don't do that," and all of that. Maybe my mom was like, you should take care of your studying and stuff. But I wasn't loving school. I hated school so much. But other than that, everything is cool. She actually heard the first Wazin release, and she enjoyed it. She liked it. I was like, okay, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's the good thing, that I didn't have any problems from the family side, because that would have, killed it maybe.
Were friends and people in school or around you in the neighborhood and stuff like that, were they understanding? Was it all people that were into that music? Or because I remember some of my friends, when I started getting into metal, they were like, "We don't get it. Like, what is this shit?" Oh.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I remember, like, not me, but I remember like some of my friends got bullied because other students, they heard that like those kids are into metal and stuff like that. And that sucked. But other than school, like my friends, my people, like they're all into like rock and metal. So I'm very picky when it comes to people and friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Life kind of filters out in a way.
Yeah.
Like in a weird way, you feel you're gravitating towards the people that have kind of the same vibe that you do.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
What was this is a very serious question, because it's always horrible. I hope it is. What was the very first band name?
The first band name was Black 13 Angels, which is, what's the meaning of that name? It didn't have any meaning. It was my username on the High Five website for the chatting and profile.
Oh my God, you used High Five. Holy shit, you're as old as I am.
I'm 31, man. So yeah, the guys liked the name and they were like, maybe we should call it that name. I'm like, but no, it's my username. It's kind of cringe to name the band that name. And they're like, let's fucking do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
And that didn't stem from anything? It wasn't from like a song that you heard, or it just...
Not really. I like, it's like Black Angel and like the number 13, it's just a number that I fucking see everywhere, you know?
Oh, wait, is this the like number 27 kind of see everywhere?
I think, I don't know. I've been seeing this number like literally everywhere. So that's why I had the number in between the username, the Black 13 Angel. And then we added the Z instead of S for just like that, you know, just for fun. And Black 13 Angels, you know. So yeah, it doesn't have any meaning or anything, you know.
Yeah, man. Well, I always make fun of Julian for his first band name. That's horrifying. His first band name was Headphones at Funerals.
Oh, shit. Oh fuck.
But mine was Red Rum.
Red Rum. Oh yeah, from The Shining.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I saw it in The Simpsons.
No way. Oh yeah.
Murder backwards.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was horrible. But I love asking that, because you always look back and you're like, why did I use that? And we always say it's either the best name that you should probably revisit, or a name that you should never tell anyone. Yeah. I feel like yours, you should probably revisit that one's not a bad name there. You got it.
The drum is good, yeah, man. What we came up with the name Wazin. Most of the people who doesn't like speak Arabic in here, Wazin means weight, as in a heavy weight, or so we're like, we all have burdens or weights hanging on our backs, so why not Wazin?
Oh, you know?
Yeah, something like that. So that's how we came up with it.
And does it still have that meaning for you now?
It does, dude. No matter, like we always carry on fucking heavyweight someday, somehow. It's all about ups and downs. You know how it is.
See, I didn't even go that deep. I was very shallow with it. I was like, wasn't heavy. Like weight, it's, as in like heavy music.
It's not, no, it's not. It's not that way. Yeah.
See, I come from a hardcore background. They always make fun of me in the chat. They're always like, you're very literal with your fucking lyrics.
Oh, speaking of lyrics, I actually don't write lyrics for Wazin, because like me as a songwriter, like when it comes to lyrics, my lyrics like right in the face, you know. So for Wazin, we are trying to go around and make you think of the lyrics while listening to it, not get the message directly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a transition phase from I like singing, I'm starting to get into bands, to I actually want to start writing lyrics? Because that didn't happen naturally for me, because I became a vocalist because we couldn't find anyone. But lyrics kind of came a little more with a little more friction for me. I had to fall in love with the process of doing it. But what was it like for you? Because you've always wanted to sing.
I think I started writing from the beginning, because as I told you, I was like mad. I was a heartbroken kid because, you know, the separation of the parents and all of that. So I felt like I needed to write on my pain and all of that. So I just kept writing, and then started learning how to rhyme and make it kind of poetry and, you know, shit like that. Yeah, I wanna improve my writing, but at the moment I'm focusing on and learning more about production and producing. So yeah, maybe I'll do that in the future.
I was just gonna say, I wanted to take things back to the idea, like you went on Arabs Got Talent. You did something else as well, right?
You mean on Arabs Got Talent?
Yeah, was there another competition that you were on as well?
I think I only did that. But other than Arabs Got Talent, it's just the local Battle of the Bands. 2 times we won 2 times Battle of the Bands in Kuwait.
Hell, I saw you look up. Is there the awards are right there?
Yeah, they're right
Hell
there.
Yeah.
Dude.
So even from back then, like you had this idea of I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep doing this. Was there a conscious decision to be like, doing this means going out there, all out there, like Arabs Got Talent? Not a lot of people take that leap of faith. That's a huge bet on yourself.
Yeah, dude, like the Arabs Got Talent thingy, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna present my band, but the experience was actually a failure. It wasn't what I expected. I was surprised that the show is actually not for like music and talent. It's more about giving a show and like have more viewers to watch and stuff and fuck it all, you know what I mean? Because like there was like lots of good singers, way better than me, and dude, they didn't even pass the first stage, let's say, you know what I mean? And I've seen how the crowds. Do you want me to talk in details about it?
I'd love to know the experience, because I have zero. Like, I've worked in production on reality TV shows and stuff like that. I know just how warped everything is in post production, because I used to do the editing and stuff.
Yes,
but I can't imagine being there. What it was like for you.
Okay, so the first thing first, the crowd in there, they're paid crowd, which is a director control them, tell them to clap or to stand, to sit down, to not do anything, which is, not cool.
To say the least, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, there's a lot of things that happened when I had my section going on. It didn't show on the episode. They cut like half of it, and there's a lot that happened. They cut it off, and yeah. Even though like even my performing wasn't the best, because it was my first time performing just me and the guitar without my band, and
yeah, I remember I saw the clip, and we can find it and play it if you want, but I think that you had a band member waiting on the side on the stage with you.
Actually, he's not a band member. He's just a friend. He's auditioning also.
Oh,
so,
cool. Okay.
Yes. So me and him, we both didn't get accepted, and lots of other better people, better musicians, did not get accepted. Oh,
was there? Yeah. But what was the like? I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm just imagining the state. I'm gonna try and go for this thing, waiting in line. It's your turn, and then you start seeing things like, oh shit, that's fucked up. Oh, that audience is fake.
I was disappointed, man. I was really disappointed, because I watched it on TV and I was like, oh, I someday I'm gonna go do it and blah blah blah. And when I did it, I was like, okay, so this is it.
Yeah. Sandy's saying he's right. I was part of the audience for America's Got Talent, and then they always told us when to clap. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
There you go. I didn't think the American Got Talent do that also, but yeah, it seems like all of these shows they do it. So my advice: don't do any of those shows. Just go live shows in your local bars or local clubs and have fun. And that's it. You don't need these shows if you're good.
It's amazing that's the case, right? Because we grew up in a generation where we've watched all of these shows that kind of warped our mind to think that, if you impress these 4 people, everything will start opening up. And then I think fucking Dave Grohl or someone said it best. It's like, but you learn very quickly down the line that practice and actually being out there and it's not just one performance that will get you in or out. It's the consistency of it and all that stuff. So you had firsthand experience at 3 or 4 people going, actually not for us.
Exactly.
And then you go, wait, well, I don't give a shit what you guys think.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I know someday I'm gonna continue doing that, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna improve and all of that. I'm a huge fan of American Idol, because sometimes there's that specific singers that gives you the chills and goosebumps with their voice.
Yeah.
I think I was watching the 2019. And I noticed that happens a lot in American Idol. There is always these two last people on the last place. The better musician or the best musician, he always takes second place.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's fucking good. That's so much better than that specific person taking the first place. Because like if you take the first place, you're gonna sign a contract with the show. You're gonna tour with them. You're gonna they will control you for a while, for a couple of years, until they release your contract. So those better musicians take second place, so they actually can do whatever the fuck they want. Which is, I like American Idol for that.
That's pretty crazy. And Sandy, just with a correction, she said The Voice, not America's Got Talent. That's for sure.
Yeah, The Voice possibly.
But that's it's interesting.
Yeah,
and I hope this shows a couple of people, because I know at least on the Spotify listens, we have a couple of younger people listening into the podcast. You guys know who you are. You've asked me these questions before. You get firsthand experience from Abzy here, telling you to just slug it out and record and post it online and do some stuff. It's much better than waiting for that show to come around.
Exactly. I mean, people are getting big and famous just by posting on TikTok. TikTok, where the library of cringe, But there is a fucking crazy talent in there, and there is like a good community, people who appreciate the good talent. So go for it. Like TikTok is something,
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw where was it? I think Fruit Pip said there's nothing more lethargic like creating a piece of content or creating some art and just getting to like release it into the world. Like
exactly.
That. Just make a song and let it be, let it go. When did after that, when did like Abzy become the solo artist and the musician that you are now? Like, I want to put out music and I'm just gonna rep myself, kind of thing.
I think I decided doing that after Black 13 Angels back in 2012. This is where I started writing my own like solo projects and singles. I would say I've become really good with recording and all of that starting from 2016, and this is where I started writing and releasing, like recording and releasing, and till today I have like 22 songs out there, including the EP that I released back in October. 22
songs total. Under Abzy.
Yeah.
That's
and they're all like different vibes, which is I like to, just go with how I feel. Yeah.
But I mean, if anything, having 22 times to learn your sound, to learn your craft, to learn how to produce it yourself, how to play all the instruments, all that stuff. It's that's a good rap sheet. Yeah, that's a great rap sheet.
And I'm still learning, man. I'm learning a lot every day, and it feels really good, to do all that stuff just from your bedroom. I mean, like, you don't need all that stuff that people needed back in the days. Now you have it all in your bedroom, and it's not even costly. Just save up some money and do it at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually, speaking of that, I wanted to play for everybody that hasn't heard your solo stuff yet. I know the tribe definitely knows Wazin, which we'll play a little later on once we dig deep into it. But I wanted to play Dreams for the tribe right now. Is there anything you could tell us about this track in particular? That you recorded it, how it came to be, anything like that?
All right, so it's recorded at home, at my bedroom, and it's just a song that speaks, about me. Like, again, without music, without all of that, I have no idea what kind of person I would be. I have no idea if I'm still alive. You know what I mean? I think music is what keeping me sane still. Thank God. So yeah, it's my dreams. This is my dreams. I'm living the moment. I'm living my dream. It saved me. It's there for me, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, you guys. Here's Dreams by Abzy. If you know the rules. Wait, let me check if it actually works. Does the fire still work, or is the bot broken? I don't know. But you guys will light some fires if you dig it. And if it doesn't work, then just write fire in the chat directly. How about that? There you go. It does work. Thank you, Derpy, for that. And we'll see you right after this. Right after this. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Let me pause this next one. Dude, that was I've told you how much I like that song in particular, but that combination, Ace with a clap, the combination of that song with that video, I feel like it really encompasses like a good solid message. Like it was just like I thought of the video, I thought of the song, and you know, the cutaways, the old footage. It's just it works out very, very fucking well. Thank you, man. I like it. I like to keep it simple, you know. I actually shot the music video in the next room, which is I had a projector on, and like, dude,
zero cost, the whole thing, which is, that's how I like it. And like, I like to create something out of nothing, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like this song means a lot to me, because it's out of nothing, you know?
But isn't that the beauty of art, of creating? I know Fruit Pip in the house is an artist as well, but like all the musicians, I'm asking everybody in the chat that creates stuff, including Ace with your podcast, YGB, with the blog, all that stuff. The idea for me, the thing that gives me the goosebumps is to have a feeling or a message or even an emotion, anything, a thought that you can turn into a tangible audio, visual, or you know, like something that people could use their senses to actually consume. That for me, that idea, that concept blows my fucking mind. And you said you recorded it in the next room. I fucking love that, because Vengali has a video that we recorded. We needed a dark room.
Okay.
We were like, we wanted to make one of this music videos where you can't really see anything, a lot of cutaways, and I wanted a dark room, so I went into my kid's room. He was like 6 months old. He has perfectly blackout curtains in his room. Uh-huh. And we were filming it using lights and stuff. And what people don't know is most of the time we were filming, both Ali and JM were hitting their guitar headstocks on the crib. Like, that's how small that room is. It was just people playing guitar in a baby's room. And that's my favorite video of all time. Because now every time I watch it, I'm like, this looks good, but people don't know where it was made.
Exactly. They have no idea what's happening behind the scene, you know? That's the beauty of it, to be honest. And that's how it should be, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So what kind of process do you have when it comes to stuff like this? Like, writing a song, wanting a music video for it, coming up with a concept for the music video. Is there a process that you follow, or is it just each song is kind of like free falling?
To be honest, like, if I ever want to record a music video, I look around and I try to get inspired. Like for this song, the idea just came out of nowhere. I was in the next room, because I used the other room for taking photos and videos. I'm into photography and videography. So I was looking at the wall and I was like, how about if I stand in front of it? And I had a projector projecting stuff on me. Yeah. Oh wait, how about projecting an old photos or old memories? And that's how it all came along. The hardest process, I would say, that looking up for the old photos and the old video of when I was a kid, I was like singing to my brother happy birthday, and releasing the album on my birthday, you know. Yeah. So it was kind of like me singing to myself happy birthday, some kind of twist, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it all came along together, and I was happy with the results, because it's simple. I love simple things, you know.
I already saw a bunch of people in the chat say, I saw I Always Cry, I got goosebumps, amazing song, killer vocals. What else was there? This one fucked me up.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, this is a good reaction. Like, this is what I love whenever we have a guest or we show the tribe something. The idea that this wide spectrum audience from a bunch of different places around the world can connect on an emotion, one kind of idea. Like, you had that idea, you represented it in that music video with that music, and it connects. Is there ever a time where someone connects to your music, be it in Wazin or the solo stuff, that you just like, it's just like, how the fuck did that happen?
Oh yeah, dude, a lot. Like, sometimes I even like Wazin Demon's song. Yeah. Okay, so basically lately I'm going through like a little bit of hard time, yeah. And like me today was listening to Demons while driving. I was getting chills all over my body, man. It's crazy how like when you get touched by your own music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I love. There's this thing. I don't remember where I saw it, but I've said it 100 times on the podcast. I forgot where it was, but people were talking about like, oh, you listen to your own music, and we had a discussion about people enjoying their own art, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was like, I wish I can remember who said it. It was on the podcast, but someone said like, you don't judge, someone that works at Subway for making a sandwich at home. Well, because they know exactly what they want. You don't judge, accountants for having their money in order. Like you can't judge artists for being like, I made something I like. Oh, and dude, it's good for me because it's something I enjoy. I made it so I like it first.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. That's the goal, actually, making music. Like to me, it's like for me to like it first and then share it with people, And there was a time when I made music and I was like, no, that's not good for me. What did I do just there, And until like I reached a point while I actually listen to my own music and I enjoy it and I can relate to it, Yeah. So like getting goosebumps from your own art is the best feeling that could ever happen,
It is, it absolutely is. And I saw a bunch of people, let me scroll up a little bit. There really is nothing like putting all of your energy and emotion into making something and it being the perfect representation of what you want to do.
Hell yeah.
From Hamandi, absolutely. I think, I never look at miniatures I paint anymore or pictures I drew. You're being sarcastic, I think, Derpy. I almost felt guilty when I saw my songs on Spotify. On your own Spotify. Yeah, Spotify Wrapped 2021.
That's why I didn't post my own.
I was just gonna say, dude, mine was 3 Svengali songs and then Baby Shark and I Prevail. Like that was, you can see it was the songs I listened to with the kids song, that Baby fucking Shark is on my Wrapped, and then an I Prevail song because that production blew my mind. I kept listening to it to try and figure out how the fuck they did that.
Mine was like Abzy, it was Wazin, and also shout out, I had Iman Ahmed all the time. I like her song Ashes. It's one of my favorite songs, and like it, I think it got the top song that I played in 2021. Yeah,
that's fucking cool. I posted mine, and there's a new genre. It's actually my 4th top genre was Arab metal.
Whoa, okay,
and that didn't exist before.
Okay,
but we've been working on it, and I know Baylouni from Coat of Arms has been working on it as well with the Spotify Arabia.
Nice.
Arab metal is a fucking genre now.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. About time.
Yeah, I know. It still needs a little bit of work because what is Arab metal? Like it's not necessarily a sound, but they're acknowledging that there's metal from this side of the world,
which is really necessary.
Yeah,
that's very good, man.
So it's a first step. It's a first fucking step. And speaking of that, how's the scene over in Kuwait? I know we've spoken to a bunch of people from over there. I know a lot of people from the scene over there. But what is it like these days for you as a musician?
Dude, it's really hard. Like I don't think there is a scene in Kuwait at the moment. I don't think it has ever been a scene, like a specific scene, Like, for example, if we want to play gigs and stuff, you either go to a coffee shop and perform at a coffee shop, or like we have, for example, in Kuwait, we have the Australian College of Kuwait. We use that theater they have sometime to host gigs in there. And when Corona happened, the college is shut down and the place is shut down. So not a lot happening at the moment, but the coffee shops are going back to it with the acoustic shows and stuff. I'm not a fan of performing in coffee shops, like I want a music audience, people who are coming here for music, not to have a coffee and chat with each others and like that kind of just play a song on the speakers and that's it. You know, that's how I think about it.
Yeah. It's very tough. It's exactly the same in the UAE.
Oh, okay.
It's either coffee shops or bars, and we found this weird gray area where metal is alternative can exist in a bar if it's late enough for people to give a shit. But if it's too early, then you're just playing to a rowdy like crowd that wants to do shots. There's this weird section in the middle that doesn't exist anywhere else. But venues is a Middle Eastern problem. We're lacking like this building is made for live shows. That doesn't exist in the UAE. I don't know if there's anything like that over there.
In Kuwait, there's a lot of them, but I don't think they would actually give it to a local musicians. They usually have it for like, big names, like for example, coming from outside and stuff like that,
Yeah. Importing. I don't know if it's because we're a culture of people that have imported a lot from the arts and music from outside, but importing music always sounds safer than paying. Like I had a conversation with a promoter. You can pay a tenth of what you're paying this band to flying down from the States to Dubai to play a show in front of the same crowd that would be there.
Exactly. If
a local band was headlining, just support the local scene and prop them up a little bit. And they were like, yeah, but what if no one shows up? It's like, yeah, but that's how you build the scene.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, like I don't really get it. It's like, is it about the money? Is it about, I don't know.
It's about a little bit of everything, but the good thing is we're working on it. The fact that you're still around, fucking releasing music. Oh, yeah. We have this podcast now. Middle East Records is doing its thing. Josine are doing their thing. Guilty Gorilla is now in the Middle East.
Hell yeah.
We have a fuck ton of things to look forward to, and Spotify acknowledge there's Arab metal.
That's really something big, and Adnan, like you have no idea how much. Like me, and I'm sure in a lot of people like me and musicians from the region, we are so thankful and grateful for you. And what you're doing is something like we all needed from years ago, man. This is something amazing. So thank you for that.
Thank you, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, it means the world when people like yourself kind of take notice and say stuff like that. It still makes me stutter. I don't stutter. I'm a fucking talker. Whenever someone says something like that, I'm like, hey, I don't know what to say. But yeah, it's something I've always been. I grew up in Sydney, Australia. First, third of my life now that I'm older. I used to say first half of my life, but it's not anymore. No. And then when I moved from Sydney straight to the Gulf. I went to, Doha, Qatar, and then Dubai, and I was in Jordan for a while. But one of the things that I found the second I got into, music and the scene and stuff like that is if I'm not on stage, I'm doing something off stage to help the people that are on stage. That's
what's up.
If I can film a video, I'll be the one with the camera and editing after. If they need a place to stay, like I remember back in the day, they used to call it Hotel Adnan in Dubai because every band that would play in Dubai would stay at my house. Okay. And it would just everybody. You're playing a show. You don't pay for a hotel. Just crash on my floor. Like that was kind of the thing. So I always had that like drive of like build the fucking scene because I saw in Sydney what a community can do together. Mm-hmm. They had, and I was a fucking kid. I was like 9 to 12, and I saw these older guys, and I was like, this is the way it's supposed to be. And then when we started growing up a little bit, and there wasn't a scene, I was like, we kind of built this shit. It's taken me a while, but it's working slowly.
It's as long as we're on it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
We got a question from Derpy, the Derp Master General, the real boss around here. Did you ever get stage fright, or did you always feel comfortable being in the spotlight? That's a great question.
Dude, stage fright happens all the time. Like, especially if it's been a while since you like go on. It's that stage frighting happens, I think, for like the first minute, and then fuck it. You're like into it, into the mood, and you become the person that dive into the mood, and the other character shows up, and it's fucking insane.
I was gonna ask that. Is there two Abzy? Is there the stage persona or stage not persona, but you know what I mean? That version of you versus the home version of you, or is it the same guy?
Dude, I get a lot of people coming to me and meeting me after the show, and they're like, yo, you're nice, you're actually friendly, you're not that cocky person on the stage. I'm like, I wasn't cocky, I was just getting into it. I didn't say anything cocky, but they're like, yeah, like on the stage you're different. I'm like, I don't see it, but I get that a lot. I think because I get really into it, and I'm like, yo, let's fucking do this,
Yeah. Dude, the amount of times I've had people come up to me after a show, and they're like, so are you on stuff? Like, what are you doing up? Because before the show, I'm the chillest. You're like, I'm like this. Yeah. And I always thought that I was the same person in my head before I started actually digging deep. Also, shout out to actually figuring shit out in your head, like therapy. I'm a convert, a new convert of actually trying to figure your head out with things like therapy. But because of that, I started digging deep into like, I'm the same fucking person. I don't change on stage. And then I realized it's the most turned up to 11 version of myself. It is me. But it's like the most obnoxious version of me that could exist.
I get what you mean, man. I can relate to that.
Yeah, dude, the last show, we played our first show in 2 years, like last month. And there's been some videos and photos of it and stuff. And watching that, I realized just how fucking ridiculous I am. I started when people weren't moving, because it was a seated show. And I've never had a seated show in my music career. And I started pointing at people and just like, you come here. Move. Yeah, move. Why aren't you moving? And when I saw the videos, I was like, oh shit, that guy's kind of a dick. But it worked. Like it got the crew and the tribe and the audience all up and running and stuff. But it was like, once you separate those two, if you just extracted that person that's on stage and plopped him in your bedroom, you'd be like, yo, man, kick this guy out of the fucking house.
Yeah, I get what you mean, man. I remember like me and Black 13 Angels, we played a show actually in Dubai back in 2011. I think it was in a hotel, like the hall rooms of the hotels. Absolutely. The awkward meeting room with a carpet. yeah, dude, exactly. With the chandelier hanging in the middle. This is the first time going there and like gigging with my bandmates, and I wish if I can show you the video, man. Like that person, like me looking at it right now, and I'm like, holy shit. So we have a song. I'm like, okay, on 3, everyone say fuck. Raise your middle finger. 3, 2, 1, fuck, and boom, drop. I was like, shit, yes. So yeah, watching that, I'm like, after like watching the video, I was like, okay, so that happens. Oh, cool. So yeah, I know how it is, man. It's such an amazing feeling. I'm trying to find the words to express there's two separate but very equal reactions. We were just talking about like someone relating to your song, the chat saying that that brought them to tears, gave them goosebumps, and there's a separate but very equal reaction when someone is live interacting. With you and the way you're singing. Given that you're like playing guitar and singing, especially in your solo stuff, has there ever been a moment where like a reaction like that just completely threw you off the rails? As in like made me
good or bad? Like, has there ever been a reaction live where it just completely like derailed you from what you were supposed to be doing?
Never bad, actually. Good, yeah. Like people singing along with my lyrics, and I was like, whoa, Okay, that feels good.
Yeah.
That feels really good. Yeah, like always good vibes. For me, like when I perform, I like to give the people so I can receive back, you know. And the best thing is, like in Kuwait, as I mentioned, like the gigs that we have, it's all seated, like nobody's standing up, you know. This is something sucks. So usually people are shy, you know. I'm like, guys, you came here like to have a good time, to enjoy the music. Don't be shy. This doesn't happen every day. Be you. Enjoy the music, sing along, dance, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
As long as you can. So when I make them feel comfortable and I receive that comfy from them, the same energy, that feels really good, man. I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. I like to give and receive.
Yeah, 100%. Also, before the chat says it, that's what she said.
Exactly.
or as we say it on this channel, and you guys better throw up the emotes. She said that. But yeah, dude, I remember the first time people sang along a Svengali song. All my other bands, we've had great shows, but no one ever sang back to us. And the first time people started singing back Svengali songs, I was like, all I could remember was where I was when those lyrics were written. I don't know why. I was just thinking like that one emotion. I keep saying emotion because I don't have a better word for it, but that one kind of like moment where those words came together and formed that one chorus is now in this room, and there's like a whole bunch of people singing it.
I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps listening to this. I know what you mean.
It's just one of those things that like I stuttered and I closed my eyes for a little bit, and I remembered the pen, I remembered like the kind of paper it was on, I remembered everything, and then I look out into the crowd and these fuckers are just singing it back at me. It blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's one of those things that kind of makes us make music. And like you said, I get fucking stage fright before the live streams. I still get stage fright before performing anything at all, before going anywhere. Are you more extroverted than an introvert, or do you consider yourself like an introverted person who happened to fall in love with art? Now you have to be extroverted.
I am introverted 100%, man. Especially lately. Yeah, I get like social, like what do you call it? Social anxiety and shit like that. I get that all the time. But you know, I try to fight it from time to time. And yeah, I'm just trying, you know, doing my best, and it's working good.
It's always an amazing conversation to have with introverts that fall in love with art. Oh yeah. And now part of that love is, you know, posting on Instagram and going out and meeting people and networking and performing live and doing all the things that that naturally don't come to you, but you love making that music so much that you put up with that shit. You put up with the social anxiety because it's your music.
Exactly, dude. It's insane. It's like you're breaking the nature of your own nature, you know. So yeah, it's amazing how like a small thing can do this big thing to you and give you all that change in your life, you know.
Where would you be if you know that guitar wasn't there, or your friend didn't show you people shit? What was the second runner up in terms of passion and love and art, or was there a second runner up at all?
I have no idea, dude. To be honest, the idea of thinking about that, it kind of it scares me, you know, because I have no idea. I'm grateful for all of that stuff and where it took me from there to here right now, having this moment, man. I'm thankful and grateful for it, but without it, I have no fucking clue, man.
Yeah, I always say I actually have a very, very narrow field of view that I've only done two things well. That's I've only ever done two things. I've made videos and edited videos and been in production, and I've made music. Other than that, everything in my life revolves around these two things, including this podcast, this show, the live streaming. I was like, I have a camera,
Yeah.
and I have a microphone for music. What if we put those two together and start doing something online? Other than that, it was only those two. I've never looked at anything else, and I always joke about, especially with when my family is like, he was a tough teenager to handle, or whatever. He never wanted to study. I'm like,
Aren't we all? I mean, come on, aren't we all like that?
Exactly. Yeah. But listen, 16-year-old me would be very proud of the fact that we stuck through it, right? Would a 16-year-old Abzy look back and be like, "Hey, man, this fucker kept it going."
Dude, I'll be like, "Fucking hell, dude, you survived." That's what I would say.
Survived. Yeah. That's a good word.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy around here.
It is, absolutely, and like you said, it's not things aren't really necessarily handed to us over in the Middle East when it comes to when it comes to music, being an artist in general. A lot of people in the chat know whether it's music or art in any form. A lot of speed bumps over here. A lot of speed bumps.
Hell yeah. A lot of falls.
Yes. We have a question in the question queue. What was the most difficult hurdle to overcome for you in your career as a musician?
I don't know, like, other than that, the idea, it's really hard to play gigs in Kuwait. Playing gigs, it's very important. It's like you have this energy, you want to take it out. You want to inspire people. You want to show what you have, for the world or for the people around you. Sometimes that puts you down. You're like, okay, why am I still doing this? Nobody's gonna see me do that live. And then I go back with, but still people can hear it online. I can go live on Instagram. I can go live on TikTok. I can go live on Twitch, so that keeps me going and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then if sometimes we have this write and block times. Yeah. It's like, okay, you don't feel like doing anything related to music, and you just lay down and, zone out or whatever, until you get back and you're hungry. You want to give more. You want to record, and the worst feeling ever is jumping from project to another and not finishing.
Yeah, dude. I've the vocalist and bassist, or ex-vocalist and bassist from Nerve Cell, Rajah Khazal. Shout out to AKA James. Described it best when something it doesn't meet that threshold, and it's not as dirty as you're thinking, chat. It's not as dirty as you're. I started saying, I'm like, this fucking chat's gonna go. It was like, he said, it was like holding back a sneeze, where he physically could not do anything else. He needed to sneeze, but he had to hold it back, and that's what it felt like. Not embracing and finishing a project that he was working on.
Oh yeah, dude. Until you get in the mode vibe, finish it, and let us sneeze out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna play. Let's play his robot voice. What? We have robot voice. Jumping from one thing to another is my entire ADHD life. Speaking of ADHD, I was I'm ADHD. I am. Audio's messed up, echo and distortion. Abzy has robot voice. Okay. Let me triple check that. Can you give us a check 1 2? Let's just make sure that the
Hello? 1 2 3. Yo, am I still a robot? Hello?
Is he roboting, you guys? Is he roboting?
Terminator. Good now.
Good now. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. No, it's okay. You're all good. All right, cool. That Twitch is being twitchy because you and I could hear each other perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
That was weird. But yeah, let's. I wanted to play Wazin And there's a bunch of questions in the question queue. While we're listening to the song, you guys drop all your questions in the question queue, and we'll get to each and every single one of them after this. We'll get to each and every single one of them after this. Do you want to tell us? Do you want to tell us anything about Demons?
Demons. I think we released it. When was it? Damn,
this
man.
was July.
Yeah. Took us time to actually decide what we want to do with it, and I'm glad we took that time because we were surprised with what we made, and we were very, very happy with what we created in Demons. And man, I'll be like very proud till the end of my life with this track, because I think Demons is the kind of song that will be very interesting to even people who are not into metal or rock itself. So yeah, it's something that I'll be forever proud of.
Hell yeah. And chat, you guys know what the deal is. Fire and all that stuff whenever you can, whenever you dig it. And like I said, dump all your questions right now in the question queue. We'll be back with Abzy right after Demons. Here we go. this part right here. I saw on your Instagram when I was first introduced to you while you were recording the song.
Oh yeah.
And it completely destroyed me. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Dude, this is my favorite part also.
It's the best. It's the fucking best.
Yeah.
Tugger, what's going on? The absolute fucking best, man. The absolute fucking best. Thank you, Ace, for the clap.
Hey.
So yeah, like I was saying, that one part, you recorded it on Instagram, or you recorded it on Instagram, but you know what I mean, like
the story, yeah.
The Instagram story, you had it live, like a mic, fucking what's my word, mobile mic audio. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't the audio going through the actual microphone; it was the mobile audio. The very first story that you posted, and I was like, "Holy, this isn't even going through the SM7B. This is just this guy screaming at a fucking phone, and it sounds like this." And I was like, "Holy shit!" I sent it to JM. I remember specifically the first thing I did. I sent it to JM, and I said, "These guys are recording. What is this? What is this shit? What is this sound that you're making from your face?" But tell me a little bit about the transition, because is it schizophrenic going from Abzy solo project, singer-songwriter, you're sitting down writing all these like very personal songs to screaming your fucking head off for Wazin?
Dude, screaming is like it's my love, you know. It's my number one love, and I always wanted to do that stuff even while I was doing the solo projects. But when Mohamed Elias, he introduced me to Wazin, I'm like, okay, fuck yeah, Wazin is where I'm gonna put all that loud and heavy stuff in. And when I heard the demos that we have and the projects that we have, I was like losing my mind, and I was, fuck yeah, this is what I want to do, you know? So damn, recording these stuff were so much fun. Really, I enjoyed it.
But also something that you did at home, right? Like wasn't stuff was still, all the vocals were recorded in your own studio.
Yeah, the vocals we recorded, like the earlier song we recorded at Elias. The rest we recorded at my place. In case the viewers here doesn't know, Wazin is actually 2 members from Kuwait and 2 other members from Bahrain, so we don't live in the same country. We do that actually, like the whole project, we work on it online. And yeah, it's such a fun, amazing journey with such an amazing, talented mates, you know?
And this is a question that I have never asked any of you. Have you guys met up and jammed the songs, or has it still been a studio project so far?
We haven't actually. We haven't jammed the songs together. But I haven't met Hamad, and I haven't met Mish'al, because you know, like we started the band on 2019, and then COVID happened, and never got the chance to meet.
Isn't that fucking amazing, guys? Chat, seriously, isn't that the most ultimate modern metal story for a band? I think it's fucking amazing. Personally, it's just one of those things that's like prevail through whatever the fuck is thrown at you.
It's fun. It's really fun. And yeah, man. We've got actually 2 songs coming up soon. Hopefully, finished recording one, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna be out by the end of the month.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We listening party on Unmuted. So exclusive.
Yeah, we can do that.
Look at me putting guests on the spot. You'll see Derpy messaging me, fucking shut up, don't say that shit. We have a bunch of questions in the question queue. The very first one from Ace, and if you guys don't already know, Ace is one of the only, not one of the only, I always say one of the only, he is the only Arabic speaking metal news and podcast based out of Saudi Arabia in the world. I've looked. Trust me, I've looked. He's got the only Arabic speaking podcast and news network coming out of the Middle East. And it's called Steel Shout. If you guys want to check it out, Steel Shout on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. And I was a guest on his podcast already. We did it in English because my Arabi khara, but we did, and it was amazing. And he's one of the coolest people. He asks, I want to ask how it feels, or how would you describe the difference between Wazin and your solo project? And please come to perform in Jeddah. Much love.
First of all, I would fucking love to come to Jeddah and perform, man. I'm loving the scene. I'm loving what's happening in the whole country, actually. And I look forward to do that one day. And yeah, I would say like my solo projects, it's kind of like however I feel like doing, or whatever I feel like doing, I go for it. It's either like if I want to do hip hop, or I want to do like some like electronics, or alternative acoustic, I get to do that. But with Wazin, I'm stuck with this amazing progressive, and I get to be heavy and crazy. Also with my solo projects, I'm planning to do in the future some like heavy stuff, but not as progressive as Wazin. You know what I mean? So I'm keeping the Wazin sound the way it is. And if I ever want to do like solo heavy stuff, I'm not gonna sound like Wazin. Way different.
Yeah. I think just generally speaking, like once you have a lot of different people kind of contributing to the sound, it's naturally going to sound differently. But you don't have like you're not putting yourself in any pocket when it comes to the solo stuff.
Oh yeah. When it comes to the solo stuff, I'm very open to do anything I feel like it,
Absolutely. We have another question from Prodigal Space. Prodigal Space is not only a badass fucking streamer that you guys should all follow, but is also a patron of the fucking show and keeps us alive and going every fucking day. Shout out to Prodigal Space. He says, Abzy, what was the first metal/rock band that you really got into? Sorry if it's been asked or said already. I've been lurking most of the podcast. We did touch on it, but we never said the first like album or band. We talked about the first track that got you going.
Yeah, I would say Slipknot 100%. I was my favorite album, and yeah, dude, Slipknot. What else? I've started with Slipknot, and then I enjoyed listening to Rammstein a lot back in the days.
Dude, yeah, I think those two are up there for me as well. My fucking email was disasterpieces04.
Okay.
At hotmail.com.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so Slipknot, and was the live DVD a part of it? Was that are we the same person?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah. That's how I fucking fell in love with that band, man. They are madly insane on stage, man. I love it when a band can perform good live. I actually care about the live performance more than what do you call it, more than the album in studio itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've never, up until that point, I've never seen, it can only be described as madness, that Disaster Piece DVD, but I've never seen anything like that up until that point. Like I got into, there was like, Godsmack and Disturbed and stuff that were still in that world. Mm-hmm. But then when that DVD came out and I watched it, I was like, what? When Sid jumps off the fucking rails into the crowd and they rip his jumpsuit open, that I was like, this is what they do for a living? Like, this is
hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. It's like they give a show, man. They give a full show, They had Joey spinning on the drums.
With that. I'm still disappointed that you can't really see the pentagram, but that was a cool spin.
It was, dude. It was. Yeah, man. Lots of craziness happening in, Slipknot live. Yeah, one of my dreams actually to go see them live before, before it's too late.
What are some of what are some of the shows that that you get to see?
Like I've seen like Suicide Silence. I've seen them with Mitch Looker back in the days.
Oh, rest in peace, Mitch. I got to see them in France as well. Rest in peace, Joey. Absolutely, Code Skulls. What's going on, Code Skulls? Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Dude, Mitch was like a fucking god on stage. That energy, that fucking vocals, it was something else, man. It's something I don't think it would ever happen, you know?
Yeah, he was definitely unique, and I'm from the MySpace era. I had a High Five account. I grew, and I remember when Suicide Silence started picking up, it was them.
Yeah,
I wrestled a bear once. I don't know why.
Oh fuck yes, dude. Not a lot of people listens to them actually.
Yeah, I'm still down with I wrestled a bear once up until now. She moved on to well, the new I wrestled a bear once moved on to Spirit Box. That's the word.
Okay.
So Courtney was the second vocalist of I Wrestled a Bear Once, and then now she's in Spirit Box. But the Suicide Silence, I Wrestled a Bear Once, All Shall Perish, who's now in Suicide Silence. All those people, I remember like my MySpace top 8.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah,
was
dude.
The deathcore top 8.
yes, dude. The deathcore era was fucking sick, man.
But what were some of the stuff? What were some of the things that you learned from, you know, being around, or not being around, but like watching people like Mitch Looker live, or even the Slipknot DVD? Or for me, for example, it was one of the biggest influences or things that got the ball rolling was I watched that As I Lay Dying DVD, Who We Are Now, and just saw that. Just how long it took for them to be who they are, who they were as I Lay Dying, and that kind of got me started up again and wanting to be in bands, and you know, started Figure of Fate back in the day and stuff. Was there? What are some of the nuggets that you've taken from just watching these people?
Dude, like I figured that, you know, playing live, it's all about interacting with the audience, and it made sense when I tried and started experiencing that, because you know, usually I see people who go live in the local gigs that happens here. They go like, they're like, hey, we are this band, and then they play and that's it, and they go.
Yeah,
you can tell people are bored as fuck, you know. But from that I learned, like, I actually have to give and take. I'm a giver and taker, and that's what she said. Okay,
she said that.
So yeah, what do you call it? I've learned that the people came here to receive. Also, they have like they are filled with emotions. They are like they want to release. They came to release. That's what she said. So you know. Interaction, it's what is it about to perform live, and that's how it should be, you know, like make people laugh, make people sad. It's all about, you know, all of that. Yeah what 100% agree with you. And one of the things that that I learned as well, it wasn't actually during one of the DVDs necessarily, but it was during a live show. It was 2005 Desert Rock Festival. Oh, damn. And Machine Head played. Okay. And Machine Head, Testament, The Darkness. I think Megadeth were on there. Maybe the Megadeth was 2006. But anyway, Machine Head was playing. Yeah.
And Rob Flynn was playing something, screaming into a microphone, and pointed directly, what I thought in my head was at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my head, I was like, he recognizes and notices me, and I'm screaming the words, and he heard a kind of vibe. In that moment, I felt like, fuck yeah. Like the person I look up to just found something in me that he was probably pointing. There was 30 fucking thousand people there. He just pointed in a general direction. But that feeling, I thought, if I was ever on stage, whether it was in front of 3 people or 30,000 people, I want to make everyone feel that one feeling. Like, I care that you're here, and I notice that you're here. And that one was big for me in terms of like what I do on stage and how I perform and how I interact with the crowd. Even though, like I said, I'm somewhat of a douche, but I want to make everyone feel like you guys are here with us. It's not there's no pedestal and there's no stage, there's nothing. And that was one of my biggest transitions, and that kind of also awkwardly got me into hardcore, because hardcore is like in a basement. It's like we're not performing, we're all together kind of thing. And that hardcore attitude I took and added it to Svengali with JM and everything that he writes. And it's one of the mind-boggling fucking realizations that I had.
Hell yeah, dude.
Is there a favorite moment in your musical career so far? Releasing a song, performing a show somewhere, or are we in for some news? I already know a sneak peek, but is there some big stuff happening soon?
There is, yeah. With the next release, there is something big is happening. We're looking forward to it, but this month we've got a song coming up, and another song will come later on. And I don't know, I would say like the best moment or the moment that I would never forget is the first Battle of the Bands, which is the first time performing, and we had no idea how is it. We were kids. I was 17 years old. And winning the first place, I guess it's what kept me going till today, And even the guys who were with me in the band, we still jam together, and they help me out with my solo stuff if I want to perform live. And, having these guys, it's like, those are my brothers, like they got my back and all of it. And it's such an amazing feeling, man. And I guess it's what kept me going all this time.
Are they still active in the music scene? Or?
Oh yeah, they are actually. The drummer and the bassist, they still do music, and as I mentioned, they play with me. Yeah,
that's fucking cool. Because some of my biggest heartbreaks have been, and I'm not talking about like locally. I had my favorite guitarist of all time, be someone that I used to jam with in Jordan. He was a phenomenal guitarist. Quit music.
Oh man, that's always sad.
Isn't it the worst feeling when you're like and I understand the reasoning behind it, and I understand life circumstances and stuff. Yeah. But having seen the talent and seen the potential, and then having seen him quit music altogether, it breaks my fucking heart. I'm pretty sure in Kuwait you've met some people along the way that have been amazing, that are now.
Dude, actually, speaking of that, it's something that happened today earlier when I was like hanging out with my friend. He's in the band, and he was telling me the vocalist that I had as a guest in my recent album on October. He is one of my favorite vocalists in Kuwait, and I was like, so what's new with the band? What were you guys up to? He's like, actually, the vocalist doesn't want to do music now. I'm like, why? It's because how the Middle East is, especially like Kuwait. There's some families who are, not allowing their, members to do music or all of that because of the reputation and shit like that. And it's fucking sad, man.
It's sad whenever that happens, generally speaking.
Yeah.
When someone gives up on their dream. But it's even worse when someone's good.
Well, dude, he's fucking good. He 100% sound like Kurt Cobain.
Wow.
He's that good, and he's quitting his dream and his passion just for the sake of the family reputation, which sucks.
Yeah. That's something that Ace, I know, he's saying, I feel that pain. I didn't even experience it. But you've spoken to a bunch of people, especially out there in Saudi Arabia, where he's done the podcast, that I remember hearing that they've experienced the same kind of thing, where they had to kind of reel it back because it's you know, I'm going to use an Arabic word for all the non-Arabic speakers, aib, or improper, so to speak. But let's talk a little bit about the future. Let's go on an uptick here with the changes that have happened in the Middle East, even during a very trying time like the pandemic. Yeah, I feel like in a weird way, the lockdown has opened us up. I shouldn't be doing this. Listen, I keep saying that, but I know this fucking tribe, man. I know this. They're gonna loop that. I know someone has already done something.
Clip it.
I always find it the next day on fucking Discord. It's the worst. But I feel like exactly, Derpy. Thank you. I feel like it's opened us up for more acceptance, generally speaking, when it comes to music and stuff. But now people are hungry and realized what we've been missing out on because we had to lock down and everything. So even to a point where for Dubai, for example, they're looking for more regional artists than flying in, you know, your Catatonias and whoever, the Septic Flesh and the massive bands from around the world. They're looking for regional artists to fly down and start performing. What's your vibe when it comes to that? Where's the future of the Arab metal, as Spotify calls it, going? And I'm including alternative. I say metal in a broad spectrum, but everyone knows that. Like I mean rock and metal.
Yeah, I got you. If it's gonna keep going that way, I think it's gonna go somewhere really good, and we'll be seeing lots of bands from the region performing in different countries in the region. And dude, that would be fucking amazing, because really, like, we have such an amazing talented people in the region, and it sucks like not a lot of people knows about it, you know? Yeah,
dude, it fucking, like I said at the very beginning, it blew my mind when I found you guys. When I found you as a vocalist and as a solo artist, but also when I found Wazin, it was like there's quality content that's been coming out of the Middle East that I, as someone that prides themselves on Middle Eastern metal, didn't know about. But there was the other side of the coin, the Nickelback, so to speak. The other side of the coin, where I was like, I actually wish for a time to exist where I don't know every single band. I wish for a time where there are so many of us fucking making music and playing shows and doing stuff, where I am being introduced to new bands like Wazin and like your solo project Abzy constantly. Yeah, it gave me that weird like bittersweet moment where I'm like, oh fuck, I should have done my homework. I should have known about this. But also the fact that they exist, it means that people are doing shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's this weird fucking bittersweet moment that I had where I was like, yo man, I wish that was always the case.
Yeah, that would have been like amazing, really. Like, imagine like if we had lots of gigs that if we had a scene in every country in the region, and imagine just like traveling for a vacation or something, and you hear about like, oh, there's a scene in that place. You go to that place and you see an amazing local band, and you'll be like mind blown by them. You know, that would be fucking cool.
Absolutely. And this is something that I've talked about for a long time, because I used to do YouTube vlogs. I don't know if anyone here fucking remembers that shit, but back in the day, I used to vlog on YouTube. I used to do a bunch of different things, tutorials for editing. So I've always been in the content creation realm. But before Unmuted, I had a lot of people that would reach out to me knowing that I was a vlogger, but also into metal. Would reach out to me and ask me like, hey, we're visiting Dubai, are there any shows happening? And that's where the like unmuted kind of branch came out. It's like there are a lot of metal bands here. Let's give them a platform. I already had the vlogging stuff, and I had a little bit of a Facebook page. Let's fucking go for it. The fact that it now exists, with like we are, you and I having this conversation, and you know, Spotify helping us out, and Ace doing the podcast, all that helps. But the fact that it exists without us is amazing. The fact that I was on a call with Dan Sugarman, and I said Wazin, and he knew exactly who you guys were, is amazing. I love that.
Yeah, dude, that's what's up. That's really cool.
Yeah,
dude.
So if anybody has any questions, drop them in the question box now. Abzy, it's been a fucking pleasure. I have one more question for you that I love to end with.
Go ahead.
But it's a serious one. I need to I need to get ready for it emotionally. It's a little bit of a doozer. Also, I want to ask you guys, do you guys want to stick around after the episode, listen to some music? Do you guys want to keep hanging out after this question? And got milk? No, that's not the question, Rizero. Let me know if you guys want to stick around, do some SRs and shoot the shit, or fuck you, Adnan, go home. But I'll ask a question. We can kill the background music. Abzy.
Yeah.
If you had a time machine and you were to go back in time, meet young Abzy just before, you know, you ventured out into music, just before people used to equal shit, and you were to tell young Abzy something, a piece of advice, a question, you were to communicate with young you, what would you say?
Oh man, that's fucking heavy.
I told you it was.
Oh man. I would be like, yo, you're gonna have a lot of Wazin on your back. You see what I did right there?
Oh, I see that. Someone activate the clap, please.
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, it's not gonna get easy, but you will manage.
It's not going to be easy, but you'll manage.
Yeah.
Is there, and this is, and we're diving deep towards the end here. Is there ever a time that you thought, "Fuck it, this is not worth it. I'm gonna quit music. I'm gonna quit being an artist"?
Not really. I've never reached that limit or that point, because this is my therapy. You know, this is what I'm really good at, and this is what I know so far, you know. So it's scary to switch from something that you are used to something that you have no idea about, you know.
Yeah 100%. I honestly think that can apply to a lot of people, and I see a lot of you guys in the chat right now. That doubt that you have at the very beginning is very easily eliminated as you progress through life and through whatever it is you want to achieve. I think it's one of those things that you just got to keep going through.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys, thank you so much for fucking being here. Absolute badasses.
Dude.
Let's find someone to raid. Abzy, by the way, we didn't even talk about this. Homie is on Twitch. We need a Twitch plug. We need a Twitch plug. I've been begging him to make music on Twitch.
I will. I'm just like, I'm waiting because I'm moving to a new house. Like when I move to it, I'm gonna set like the whole thing for, you know, recording music and doing like a song from zero, and maybe like with having the viewers working on with me on this song, you know, that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I asked chat once to write the lyrics. I don't recommend it because it was all about balls.
Dude, I actually made a full song like on Instagram Live, and so far this song is one of my hits, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah! Well, if you guys exclamation point guest in the chat, you'll get Abzy's link to his Instagram. There's a link tree over there on Instagram where you can go to all the social medias, including the TikToks that I don't understand. Do all the things. Sherry, thank you so much. Ace, Lingo213, you've been an absolute fucking maniac today. Riz Zero. Ash, thank you for everything. Everybody, if you guys haven't hit follow already, do hit the follow. If you can't subscribe, it fucking keeps us going. I'm going to pass the camera off to Abzy. And Abzy, whenever you feel is the right time to end the episode, you have the floor. The floor is yours to say anything you want to the chat. When you feel the time is right to end the episode, you just say the words, hit the outro. That will officially end the episode. Here you go.
Right on. You guys, thanks for having me. I had so much fun. It's really fucking amazing what you guys, been saying and stuff like that. And this is what keeps us going. So fuck yeah, keep it on, rock on, and let's hit the outro, baby.